Key players in the extractive sector, the National Bureau of Statistics, Ford Foundation, Side-by-Side Movement, National Democratic Institute, and lawmakers passionate about promoting issues that borders on women have assembled on the somewhat critical yet growing perception that puts women on the receiving end of a masculine-dominated system.
We know the problems. The question is what next?
Executive Director chose to speak to us while the event is ongoing.
We didn't cover the country as a whole. We picked states, one state from each of the geopolitical zones, as samples to really kickstart the generation of data in this area. And that is what we have done. And today, I can boastfully say that Nigeria has a resource that they can reference anytime, any day, in terms of gender-based violence in the extractive sector.
Meanwhile, back inside the hall, discussions focused on societal crisis seen by some of these participants as a disruptive possibility in the future, a lurking view shared by the Statistician General of the Federation who was represented. For him, gender-based violence in the extractive sector in Nigeria can escalate to grave proportions if not adequately addressed early enough.
It is only when we got our statistical rights and are able to collate, understand, and interpret data correctly, as well as develop our ability to identify key areas in our society that require changes.
His concerns are shared across board with the proffered yet deliberate measures required to stem a monstrous tide still brewing.
This kind of discussion, therefore, this research is a very good starting point to exposing how this happens, who and who, or what are those agencies that are involved in reproducing the processes, and then what are the solutions to sorting them out.
More views were shared by participants on how to tackle a front-burner issue such as this.
I'm to suggest a mantra for this meeting. It will be what? It will be side by side. So even in the extractive.
Today is another day that all of us will hear our ideas to put an end to this country, because if you network with a woman, the positiveness will never end.
According to advocates against gender-based violence, a lack of right policies, absence of data to monitor and evaluate progress are some of the main challenges in this struggle. So then these on a broad spectrum they believe will impact positively on efforts to balance out femininity and masculinity in the right proportions, as the broader society anticipates the outcomes from this fora will in many ways see a practical application in all spheres for good results to be recorded.